So if you see, now I am only having the reference of my first product onto that conveyor, and the position of that is getting changed. If you see, the center position, leading position and the trailing position for that particular item data is changing. Okay. Now let us talk about the other syntax, which was current speed. So I'll just write here current speed, and probably the current speed is also measured in double. Okay, so you need not change here to object, integer, string. You need to have this in double so that you can get the current speed syntax value for your conveyor. So here it comes. Okay, I haven't renamed that, therefore it is. Okay, so you're going to get the current speed as 1. So I'll just say this as output. So we get the output out of the system. Talking about this, we are going to have a current speed as 1 meter per second, and that is what it has been delivered as the output. Talking about the next syntax which you just saw was deceleration. Similarly, deceleration you need to write here. Default speed is also the same syntax. You need to just have that there, and this is how the format needs to be. Default, double your name of the variable, and then you need to have this syntax ahead. Okay, so I'll just run this. Next, we're going to have this also 1 because we are not changing anything. Now, when you are going to check this out, there is the next syntax, that is conveyor.item data. Okay, conveyor.item data. So what we are going to do here is that on entry, we are going to have multiple data to be written. So you are going to access conveyor specific data associated with items on the conveyor. Okay, so if I just show you here, if I just type it like conveyor.item data, and I just apply this and check it whether I'm going to get the value of that, right? So here again the output is 1, but is that correct? Why is it giving us 1? Okay, so conveyor.item data dot length, if I just put this, and now if I just reset and run, I'll just put a buggy in bottom. Okay, so continue. So what is the change in the output you are looking out here? Just look at this and let me know in the comment section what was the change. Okay, I'll just tell you what it is going to do now. So basically, it is going to give you that how many numbers of items are available on the conveyor. You can get the details just by using the small and easy syntax, and that is current.item data.length. You're going to get that details here. So you get that how many parts are available on your conveyor. I'll just run this. What do you see? Beyond certain value, your value is not changing. Now it is only 12. Why is it? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, why is it 12 and why is it not counting? Or it should have been counting, or it should not count because the syntax is not accordingly. So let me know in the comment section why this output is not changing 13, 14, 15, 16. Why it has been stayed only to 12. Okay, now let me reset this. Now, what we need to find out is that we need to identify the conveyor item. Okay, I need to find out the conveyor item. So if I want to find out the conveyor item, let us see what this syntax gave us. Okay, what this syntax would give us. So dot item Okay, let me have this as output only, current.item data. Okay, and I'll just put this as item. Okay, I'll just put this as item, which is here. Okay, now let us see what week you are going to get in. Okay, so I'm just running this, and I'm going to get this detail. What is this? What is this? So this is the detail of the object you are going to, detail of the item which is onto the conveyor. Okay, so I'll just continue. I'll just check for the next now. Now that is product 2. Can you see that? Now product 3. This information which you are currently seeing, it is for product 4. This is for product 5. This is 6th part on the conveyor, 7th part on the conveyor. You are directly getting the reference of that item details. Okay, you're going to get this. So whenever you want to get the item details, okay, the way you see here, right? This is the syntax you need to write. Conveyor.item, you need to have a name for the variable, and then current.item data, and in that you need to select the item. Now let us see what this gives us. It gives us an error. Okay, so why? Because the left side is conveyor.item and right type is conveyor.items. So that is where you need to have this syntax written perfectly, then only you're going to get the details out. Okay, so we saw how to use conveyor.item data syntax. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to also identify, or you're going to have a deep dive into the details of modifying this code itself. Okay, so for example, you want to get a reference of the item. Okay, that is basically the what I can say, the first one. Okay, I don't want any other data points. I just want the first product. So if you see, now I am only having the reference of my first product onto that conveyor, and the position of that is getting changed. If you see, the center position, leading position and the trailing position for that particular item data is changing. Okay, it has been almost gone to 6th position. Okay, so this is how interesting this is, if you want to find out the details of the particular part. Now let me know in the comment section that when this first part is going to leave this conveyor, is it still going to count that first part, or it is going to have each part? Let me know in the comment section. Okay. Premium content, do not forget to visit our website Leansimcorp.com, where you will be getting all these premium contents available. So talking about what things you're going to get in, you're going to get in simulation solutions. You're going to get premium training classes for simulation stuffs. You will be getting 3ds model file support. You can buy modules. You get access to simulation case studies. You can visit our services. Also, you can visit the blogs which you're going to get. So I was talking about simulation solutions, right? You can schedule one-on-one session with us, for training and details. You can access our digital assets like learning center. Okay, so here comes the booking online appointment. Talking about training classes, you can access premium training classes. Once you are going to purchase our subscriptions, you will be able to access our training classes which are listed out here, and these are continuously getting upgraded, guys. Talking about blogs, here we bring in blogs from travel experiences, health, devotionals, like industrial engineering, personality development, simulation tech, and lot more interesting and exciting. So do not forget to visit our website Leansimcorp.com for premium content, blogs, and lots more.